Hey everybody. Um, about 5 years now, we did a video very similar to this one.
Bloop.
Um, I got a lot more hair.
And I got none.
You got a lot less hair. But we're coming to you today with a pretty exciting announcement.
Yeah, so we're going to walk through a little bit of where we've been and then announce where we're going. So in 2017, I started running Pokemon tournaments as North Haven Pokemon tournaments. I operated pop-up out of like my church basement, and we ran these Pokemon events. Pretty soon, I started using the name Unison Games. I started a YouTube channel and started traveling to more events as a player to help promote that I was running those events. I picked up games like Transformers, Magic, Super Smash Bros, Keyforge, started offering more tournaments, and it was more frequent. Actually, Transformers is how we met
Yeah, good game.
as well. So good, so good. In 2020, I registered as a company, as Unison Games, 2 months before the whole world got shut down from COVID. So I leaned into doing a lot of online content, which some of y'all have seen. And when we thought we were out of it, David approached me about something new.
We need to come back together. I talked about it in the last video, talking about it here. We need to come back together, but what did that look like? Especially after so much time apart. What did it mean to socialize now? Kind of in the new normal. That's when the wheels started turning. There had to be opportunities to reconnect, but in a way that was safe and kind of on other people's terms. So I started looking at different games. We met with card gaming. So what kind of games were on the market at this time? Um, Board gaming, one of the most social pastimes you can have. Was there a way to reinvent that instead of all gathering around a table? That's where we did private gaming rooms. That's where we did board game rental library, where you could kind of play on your own terms. What about the coffee shop? That's the de facto place to meet, whether it's for interviews or first dates, caffeination, relaxation. There was a lot of opportunity to reconnect.
Yeah, and we really wanted to create something that was kind of like a third space, which we felt like was a lost art in culture, especially coming out of COVID. So in March of 2021, we found this space, and it became known as Unison Games Cafe. Of course, David bringing in that cafe element from his previous experience with it, and started making some really good coffee. And we started construction on it. We did all of our own work in here, and it slowly grew into what you guys know as Unison Games Cafe. And I think we've accomplished what we set out for, which is to become CT's premier gaming community. In fact, we've grown so much that there are several nights a week where we have almost no space in the store every week. I've had to turn away people at the door who came in looking to like sit down and do something, and it's been so full in here that they just didn't have a space to sit. There have been a lot of times when we've had to make Discord announcements saying, "Hey, we've got like 4 tournaments going on at the same time," and so it might not be a good day to just come in and sip coffee or play Commander. I feel like we've been really successful in what we've been trying to do.
Yeah, and I think that's one of our biggest successes. People sitting side by side, interacting with one another. That's what we set out to do, and enjoying good games and great coffee. The TCG market has been growing, and it wasn't always that way, but it really gave me the opportunity to take chances on some games. A lot of you guys know my philosophy on card gaming: unique rule sets, different interactions, something different than what you're used to playing. Took chances on Flesh and Blood, Lorcana, Sorcery, Riftbound, Star Wars, and it worked. People wanted games as diverse as the communities that played it.
Yeah, and it's because of this success that I began to wonder what a expansion would look like. We're filling the seats, but the tournament schedule is full because we're running so many games successfully. What does the next step kind of look like? And ultimately, I decided that what honored both of our visions the best was actually creating two new distinct stores. My goal in the decision was to honor the full autonomy and the different styles that we have to grow on their own distinct ways. But it's really important to me that we continued to collaborate and help each other because I think that's just the best thing that we can do. So with that said, it's time to unveil the future of Unison Games Cafe. From this point forward, the entity Unison Games Cafe no longer exists. But don't be too sad, because out of that, we're each birthing a new store.
We are not done. You see it all around you. New games, new faces, new things in the cafe. But there's one thing that isn't new. Me. I've been here the whole time. So 2285 Whitney Avenue in Hamden, the place you all know and love, is evolving into David's Good Game Cafe.
Blooper.
This is onward and upward. The same vision, the same drive that I have. We're going to keep on doing what we've been doing, bringing in new exciting games for all of us to play, supporting community, supporting local creators, local businesses, like you see in the cafe with some of our food options, and even the cafe. You know, we haven't even scratched the surface. Expanded hours, different food offerings, baristas, mobile ordering. You know, it's all there. And like I said, onward and upward. And more importantly, it's supporting you guys, the community, to keep on doing what we're doing.
I'll be opening a new store at 410 Universal Drive in North Haven, and I'll be starting Unison Co. there. I'll have a strong focus on running competitive events, which is always the reason why I wanted to be in this, just running the best events that we can. We'll be growing each game's community and trying to have the best single selection in the state. We'll be running lots of special events, and we're honing in on some of the best games for weekly locals, especially the ones offered by Bandai, Pokemon, and some Constructed Magic as well. And we'll be looking at more games as well to potentially add into that, but that's what we'll be starting with: Bandai, Pokemon, and Magic. Looking forward to continuing to grow those communities and running the best events that we can at Unison Co. 410 Universal Drive in North Haven.
And that's it. Make sure you guys follow the socials below. We'll put them in the description. And make sure you give us a shout out when you join.
We're both really excited for this new chapter. We're hoping to provide you all with really quality events. We're going to work really hard to work together and collaborate so that you've got two great stores to play the games that you love. We're excited to be enjoying great games, building the community, and interacting with this hobby that we love. See you guys soon.